Hello class, good morning. So in this video lecture, we're going to discuss the promotion decisions. Okay, so my name is Michael Victor Gonzalez. I'm a licensed real estate broker and a licensed agriculturist, major in agribusiness, and certified security professional with MBA. Okay, so let's begin our lecture. According to Bill Gates, content is a king. Okay, so how does promotion work? Promotion is a type of business where communication that employs a variety of strategies to deliver a certain message to a targeted audience in order to accomplish a particular organizational goals. Almost all businesses, whether for profit or a non-profit, across the all sectors of our industry, they are required to use some sort of a promotion. So such initiatives can take a variety of forms, from a multinational corporations spending significant money to secure a prominent celebrities to serve as a corporate spokesperson to a one-person business owner who handling out a business cards at a local business person's gathering. Like other marketing decisions, developing a successful promotional plan involves an understanding of how a promotion fits into the bigger picture of the marketing. For example, the product, the distribution, pricing, and also our target markets. Therefore, it is important to consider how decisions on promotions will impact other parts of the business. For instance, the manufacturing department of the business would not be pleased if a significant advertising campaign for a new product were launched without first ensuring there will be a sufficient inventory to meet any potential demand produced by the promotion, and also not to mention other key company executives. Therefore, when making decisions about promotions, marketers should not do it independently. Instead, feedback from those in the impacted functional areas is necessary for the overall effectiveness of a promotional plan. Individual promotions must operate in addition to overall promotion decisions that is being coordinated with other company areas. Marketers should try to create a coherent promotional strategy that involves the coordination of numerous various types of promotional activities under the notion of integrated marketing communication. And the most important thing for a marketer to remember is to use a consistent message, which is throughout all of their promotional alternatives. Okay, so this one class we're going to discuss this further. For instance, salespeople will talk about a product or product's advantage, just like they do in television commercials. In this approach, clients receive the same information regardless of how they are exposed to a marketer's promotional activities. Okay, marketing promotions target audience. So the target market class of the marketer is not the only group that an organization's marketing communications activities are intended to reach. There are numerous additional groups that could be useful targets for a marketing message, even though the target market may receive the lion's share of a marketer's promotional spending. Okay, so the following class are the categories usually describe the targets of the marketing message. First class is the members of the organization's target market. As previously said, this category may receive the most promotional attention and would comprise present consumers, past customers, and also the potential customers. Next is the influencers of the organization's target market. A wide range of individuals and institutions have the power to influence how a company's target market is being exposed to and reacts to its offerings. So this target market is reached by this influencing group owns communication channels, and the marketer may be able to use these influencers to its advantage. And the news media, for example, like also the special interest groups, opinion leaders, such as our doctors who direct patients, and trade associations for the industry are all examples of our influencers. And also class the participants in the distribution process that the channels that are being offered a service to assist in gaining access to final customers. They are also target markets because they must acknowledge the advantages of a product and agree to handle it similarly to final customers who must agree to purchase the product. Promotional spending is focused towards a distribution partners, such as our retailers, the wholesalers, and also the distributors. And other channel members is crucial, and in some industries makes up a larger percentage of a marketer's promotional budget. That's spending on promotions for the final consumer. Other companies class when a marketer inquires to see whether a company would be interested in a joint venture, such as a co-marketing arrangement where the two firms share a marketing expenditures. The company is most likely to speak with another company and reaching out the other businesses, especially those that would be rivals for a rival product, could spur an interest in talking about such a connection. In additional organizational stakeholders class, this one where marketers also take part in communication effort that is aimed at additional stakeholders, people who supply services, offer support, other have an impact on the business that makes up of this group by issuing a suggested compliance criteria for the product development or other marketing. For instance, an industry body that creates a standard for the industry may have an impact on firms' products. Next class is what are the goals of marketing promotions? To persuade the customers to make a decision that will benefits the marketer. And of course, the marketers will hope that decision will also benefit the customer so that there will be a mutual advantage is the most evident goal where marketers have for a promotional effort. This includes persuading people to um, purchase an organization's goods, and also the most situations to continue being a devoted long-term customer for that organization. And also class for other types of marketers like nonprofits. It entails persuading consumers to give more, use more services, alter their opinions, and or behave differently. So in this case, stop smoking campaigns. However, class, marketers must realize that convincing customers to make a commitment, such as a purchase choice, can only be done when the client is prepared to do so. So, in my case, class, I also experienced several um, delaying tactics now before you finally decided to purchase an item. So, it is really difficult. It is really uh, difficult in a way that the person or your customer to convince or to persuade this customer, this target market, to 100% purchase the product. So that's why you must have to uh, be very persistent, such as a purchase choice class, no, because that is something that a person's will think thoroughly. So this one class can only be done when the client is prepared to do so. So especially you have a budget consideration. That is the number one thing. If your budget is ready or is it enough for you to purchase. As we saw in part three class, part four in our previous discussion. So the consumers and corporate buying behavior, the buyers frequently go through a number of stages before making a purchase decision. Additionally, buyers evaluate their previous purchase to see if they got a fair value. You will be able class to weigh if if it is really value for money, what you've paid from previous purchase. And they frequently go through the purchasing process again before deciding to make the same option. So that's why class, uh, as what I've experienced also in my real estate career, the patience is really the key. So, and also you need to absorb or to understand that you need to be very persistent and consistent in this activity because you know that the mind of your customer or your client is also changing, and also you need to follow up in order for you to successfully close that sale or that deal. Okay, so the goal of a certain marketing communication endeavors will depends on the sort of customer the marketer is trying to draw and the stage of the purchasing process a customer is in. Okay, so additionally, because a marketer frequently runs a several concurrent promotional efforts, each one may have a different goal. Okay, class, so the following will be the different promotional goals. Okay, so number one is to create an awareness, especially for the new companies and also for the new products and goods that is not no, unknown to that is still unknown to the market. The initial promotional efforts must concentrate on creating a name for the company, and the marketer must direct their advertising. So, in this case, the following: successfully reach out to the customer, and number two is to describe themselves and what they have to offer to the market. And also, class, the second is to create an interest, getting a buyer to go from being aware of the product to a buying behavior. You're already convinced. And this process class is somehow a little bit difficult. Customers must first acknowledge a need before they proactively begin a consideration to purchase. As we showed with our discussion on consumer and company buying behavior, marketing has traditionally been focused on developing messages that persuade consumers that a need exists. with advertising appeals that is aimed at universal human traits, including our emotions, our fears, also our sex and humor. Next class is informational support. Some promotions are made to help buyers during the research phase of the purchasing process. In other instances, such as when a product is so innovative, it is establish a new product category with a few rivals. The material is just designed to describe the product and may not include any rivals. Good thing for this product line class. Informational promotion may also be used to support a product positioning strategy in other circumstances where the product competes in an already established market. And also class to get buyers to cognitively distinguish the marketer's product from that of rivals. Marketers may employ a promotional strategies such as direct comparison with competitors with the product. So this one class, this topic, is we will going to discuss this further in part 5 of which is the target markets. And also class, stimulate the demand. A compelling campaign might encourage the buyers to buy something. And the goal of promotional campaign for products that the client hasn't bought before or hasn't bought in a while can be to entice them to give them a try. So it's more on promotion, to stimulate no the demand. On the internet, this is frequently observed when software providers offer free trials or even free downloads of their goods. And when it comes to products that already have a loyal following of buyers, the promotions can motivate our consumers to make more purchases by giving them an incentive to do so earlier or in larger quantities than usual. For instance, class, a pre-holiday newspaper ad can advertise readers to buy more than they usually do during that holiday in order to stock up for the holiday. So that is the strategy class. So since this company has already predicted that during these months, they sale will shut down. So that's why they come up with this promotional idea in order for them to, despite of this predicted season, they can still be able to be more productive and generate a revenue. And also, class, part of the different promotional goal is for us to reinforce the brand after a customer makes a purchase. A marketer can use promotions to foster a lasting relationship that may result in a devoted client. For instance, many retail establishments now request a client's email address so that follow up emails with further details about the product or even a promotion to buy more of this item from the retailer can be sent to build a relationship between the customer and marketer. And sometimes part of their effort is to follow up with additional promotions or additional freebies that can attract the previous customers. So that is part of the being having that reinforced brand. Okay, class. Next is the process of communication. So here, class, let's establish this one that for a very long time, communication has been subject of intensive evaluation. In the 1940s and also in 1950s, within that time period, academics like Claude Shannon, Warren Weaver, Wilbur Schramm, and other produced models outlining the process of communication, which leading to one of the most influential assessment of communication in general significant information is exchanged through communication, and the factors that is being listed on the following slide are frequently included in models that affect how communication will take place. So if you can see class in this illustration, the communication process, it will always starts from our um, source, the one who will encode a message, and the medium will be the platform where this communication will be used. And with that message class that are being sent through the medium and what the type of method to deliver that message, the receiver will receive that communication, and then it's up to the receiver if um, the message that was been sent is positive or negative. That's why the receiver has also a choice or option to send a feedback on what is being sent to him. Okay, so understood class. Okay, so let's proceed on the next slide. Communication participants. So this one class, there must be a minimum of two individuals for communication to take place. Number one given class is our source of the message. The party wishing to communicate with another party is the source of the message. The sender of the communication may be a person such as a salesperson or a businessman through advertising effort. And this one class, the source must use a message encoding, which entails the mental and physical operations that is being required to create a message in order to achieve a particular purpose. In others, to transmit a message and also to convey meaningful information. This text entails using a sensory cues, including words, the symbols, and images, as well as the spoken word, and including the words, symbols, the images that is being well spoken words, and also the fragrances, like those used in magazines that are being inserted, that you can be able to smell, to experience the good scent that is being inserted in the magazine, which is with that, the objective is to deliver a message that this fragrance, that this brand is very uh, amazing. And also, class, there must be a minimum of two individuals for communication to take place. That's why there is a message recipient. A message source effort are directed toward the communication recipient. For a communication to be understood, the recipient must decode if the engaging in the mental and physical processes required to give the message with meaning. And without a doubt, a message can only be decoded if the receiver is truly exposed to it. Next class is the communication delivery. A message is exchanged as part of our communication between a source and a receiver. One or more sensory cues that work together to communicate meaning that will satisfy the sender's aims, which can be used to shape the message. The message class is transmitted by the sender via transmission medium, and the medium in marketing may encompass the employment of various media outlets, such as the internet, our television, the radio, and also the print, as well as promotion only as the internet class, as well as the promotion venues like the postal mail and billboards and one-on-one interaction. This is commonly done by our sales people. So a two-way information flow in the form of a feedback channel can also help to improve the communication. And this happens if the message recipient is able to react to the message source frequently, uh, rapidly. As a result, the original message recipient will now serve as the message